Well, that's the issue on the front burner today. But just before we bring in our guest, let's welcome Markwe this morning. Good morning, Markwe.
Good morning, Ayo.
Well, we're going to the issues now, and I'm pretty sure it's something you would want to weigh in on as well. But let's go straight into the conversation with Imam Onike Abdulaziz, who is Chief Missioner of NASFAT. He's a member of the American Academy of Religion, a member British Association for Islamic Studies. He joins us virtually. Good morning, and thank you for joining us this morning. We can't quite hear you. Maybe you want to unmute your mic, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Good morning. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Good morning. Well,
I'm highly honored to be here.
Thank you for being here. Well, I'm sure you know, of course, what the issues are, but for you, what are the important elements to consider in this matter, especially when it comes to peaceful coexistence against the backdrop of what happened in Sokoto State?
Thank you so much. Some of you must have read my press release. It was released on a day after the incident, and I made it categorically clear that our religion abhors jungle justice. But we don't have to scratch the issue on the surface. We have to go deep down. And everybody has a responsibility in this issue. The religious leaders who are preaching it, the political leaders who are left to make populace of our youth unemployed, and they have become the willing tools in the hand of the perpetrators of this act. Then the parents who have left their responsibility of taking care of their children, everybody has a role to play. Then another one is sincerity of purpose. Some of us are paying lip service to this issue of mutual understanding, peace coexistence, good interfaith relationship. People are paying lip service to it. And I'm going to cite so many instances. We have seen a video that went viral some time ago. You see in the cyberspace, where a religious leader, and a clear religious leader, was trying to incite his congregation to kill people from particular ethnic tribe, ethnic extraction from Nigeria. And he was saying, if you see them, kill their animals, attack them. What I'm saying in essence is that we should stop paying lip service to this issue of mutual tolerance, peaceful coexistence, good interfaith relation, and be practical about it, and be sincere about it, and go the whole org by reorientating ourselves and determining that we want to change for better. Otherwise, the cycles continue. Because I'm not taking the killing of Deborah, the gruesome murder of Deborah Emmanuel in isolation. I'm taking all the issues, all the extrajudicial killings, all the inhumanity that we have meted with one another. I'm taking them into consideration. I'm talking holistically, I'm talking globally, I'm talking generally now, that we need to reorientate ourselves. It is when this issue when an issue like this comes up that we see a lot of people trying to talk in a soft tone. Whereas when they get back to their congregation, they'll be preaching this different thing. They'll be inciting them. They'll be promoting hate speeches. We need to change. And Deborah has made a statement, even though it's not someone that I quote regularly, and I like you so much for being objective. It's one of the messages that you flashed before the beginning of this program. It said, what happened in Sokoto had no religious affiliation. And I want us to go on with that. Most Nigerians will jump to the conclusion, whatever an issue happens in the north, and they will link it to religion. Whatever happens, an issue happens in the southwest, they link it to OPC. Whenever an issue happens in the east, they link it to IPOP. Even if a couple fights in the north, they will say, oh, Syria has come again. I like the way you are flashing the statement credited to Reverend Matikuka, and that has summed up the feeling, the expression, the position, the view, the perception of the entire Muslims that this has nothing to do with our religion. Our religion is a religion of orderliness, a religion that has processes, and people need to understand. And we have said it on several occasions, and we have promoted that national liberty, that the objective of our religion is to promote benefit and remove harm. Whatever God that arms has won, that violence has won, that injustice has won, that cruelty has won, that corruption has won, whatever God it has won, Islam condemns it in totality. Even if the promoter of injustice, if the promoter of corruption, if the promoter of cruelty, if the promoter of foolishness is citing Quranic text or hadith to justify his claim, it means he's the one who has not really understood the message of the lawgiver, our creator. وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. That ayah summarizes the essence of Islam. Allah says, we have not been sent except as a mercy to the entire mankind. Whatever runs contrary to mercy is not part of our religion. And I go back to my initial introduction that we need to go back to the drawing board and agree to live together peacefully. It is when issue like this comes up that everybody will be condemning it. But people have been preaching it. They have been inciting their congregation to attack Muslims, to attack the Fulani. It means we have a lot of role to play. We should respect individual religion, individual ideology, individual belief. It's a sinful thing in Islam for you to abuse somebody else's God. It's condemned in the Quran that you must not abuse their God. In Yoruba language, it is said that somebody who abuses somebody else's father does not respect his own father. If I abuse your father, if I force your father, it's so the kind of position that I put my own father. If you abuse somebody else's God, it means you don't recognize, you don't respect your own God. NASFAT, Islam does not have a place for jungle justice, no place for extrajudicial killing, no place for vigilante acts, vigilante killing. And we condemn it unequivocally, and we continue to condemn it, but it goes beyond condemnation when an issue like this comes up. It's a role that all members of the society, the religious leaders, the political leaders, the parents, the role we have to play. If you teach our children right from home that we should respect other people's ideologies, respect other people's religion, respect other people's belief, don't insult their intelligence, don't incite this kind of thing that you are seeing will not happen.
Having given that background, in fact, referencing Bishop Coker's statement that there's no religious, this is not a religion thing. I'd like to know how then should people place those who have supported the act both on and off social media. We've seen protests from people saying that those who have been arrested in connection to that gruesome act be released. So how do you then place those people who say, well, this is how it should be done, what was done was right, and we stand by it?
There's a Yoruba proverb. I'm going to say it in Yoruba, and I paraphrase it in English. It says, whoever kills his mother, we have a supporter. If you kill your mother now, some people will support you. They will say, oh, maybe the mother has done something bad. But you won't see a voice in Islam. Our leader has spoken. The leader of Muslim Ummah in Nigeria is eminence. Sultan Abubakar, Sultan of Alhaji Abubakar Saad. He has said it, he has represented us, and has said the position of Islam. If anybody is now justifying this killing, the person is on his own. And they have to point at the Quranic verse that says that you go into extrajudicial killing. If somebody commits nobody does something that's blasphemous, the court is there, the law is there. Take him to the law court, let him prove himself, let him defend himself. It is not your own. It's not within your authority to take laws into your hand and you kill. Quran chapter 5 verse 32 is very clear. Whoever kills his soul, man qatala nafsa bighairi nafsin aw fasadin fil ardi fakana ma qatala an-nasa jami'a wa man ayaha fakana ma ayana an-nasa jami'a. Said whoever kills his soul innocently and without that soul having committed any crime, and without you taking that case to court, it's like you have killed the entire mankind. And whoever makes his soul to live, it's like you have given life to the entire mankind. That shows the gravity of murder in Islam. No justification. There's a process. You take the person to the law court, let him prove himself. Moreover, we have a school of thought that says that a non-Muslim, another school of thought, a non-Muslim cannot even be charged for blasphemy because there's no offense that's greater than saying that God has a child. He has blasphemed several occasions. If you not say something again, what he has done before, his belief is that your God is not his God. He doesn't respect your God. If you say something bad, his school of thought says, that shows his ignorance. Ibad Rahman. الذين يمشون على الأرض هونا وإذا خاطبهم الجاهلون قالوا سلاما. The servants of Allah, the most merciful, they walk on the surface of the land without any arrogance. They maintain humble gait. And when they are accosted by the ignoramuses, when they are accosted by those who don't know what they are doing, they will say, peace. I'm innocent. I don't want to talk to you. That is what Islam preaches. But as I said earlier on, mutual understanding, mutual respect for each other's religion, each other's belief, each other's theology goes beyond what happened in Sokoto. What do you say about those who say that this is the way my religion says as we dress, as we put on hijab, and people are going to war, people are victimizing them because of that? It goes beyond Deborah's killing. We condemn that, we continue to condemn that. But we need to go back to the drawing board. Since we have agreed that Allah has created us to live together, we shouldn't pay lip service to peaceful coexistence. We should stop paying lip service to mutual law. We should not pay lip service to mutual tolerance. We should go the whole road by practicalizing it, by demonstrating it, by internalizing it. And by letting the whole world see that we're ready to live together. Because if Allah had will, he said, if I had will, I would have made it to be one group. There wouldn't have been Christian, there wouldn't have been Muslim, there wouldn't have been other worshippers. Who are even we to fight for God? Who are we to fight for God? But we should know our boundary. It's good to preach, it's good to evangelize, but respect other people's feeling, respect other people's religion, respect other people's ideology, respect other people's God. That is the point I'm making. Don't victimize them on the basis of their religion. Don't victimize them on the basis of their tribe. Don't victimize them on the basis of their class. Islam is a religion that preaches law, that preaches peace. And this is not something we are saying to massage our ego. The country with the largest number of Muslims, with the largest population of Muslims in the whole world, is Indonesia. About 98% of Indonesians are Muslim. No religious war, no Islamic war has been ever fought there. And they are embracing Islam. Go to the West now. Go to the Europe, go to America, go to countries that were treating Islam as an alien religion before. A lot of them are embracing the religion now. Not that we are saying it, it's not a matter of something like okay, they're just saying it. Going back to the question, that the people who are hailing the killers of Deborah, that does not have any support in Islam. As I said, if you kill your own mother, if you murder your own mother, your mother that gives birth to you, you are going to get supporters. You are going to get those who will hail you, that you have done well, that, oh, well done, bravo, for what you have done. We are not surprised that people are hailing it, but when you look at the issues holistically, and once you have agreed to live together peacefully, we should stop the religious leaders who are fanning the embers of discord. If you want to be sincere with me, some of you have come across that video, and the man of God has not come out to deny it till now that the thing did not originate from him. He was inciting the audience. He was inciting the congregants that go and kill the Fulanis, go and maim them, go and kill their animals. That is condemnable.
Chief Imam, thank you for providing clarity, particularly citing the Quran, and of course also supporting it with cultural examples, which is why I want to ask if there is a consensus, amongst Muslim scholars on how to respond to Deborah's comment. I ask because there are some who, like you, have condemned the mob action, but there are some who position to say that insulting the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, is the red line for Muslims. What are your thoughts on this?
We are talking of two issues here. We are talking about insulting someone that people revere, someone that people revere, people respect, is one thing. That shows your level of morality. That shows your level of own training. But judicial killing is another thing entirely. It's clearly stated in the Quran and Bible. I will quote it out to you in the Bible that you must not insult God. Even the New Testament says that you must kill whoever does that. But that's one thing entirely. Another thing is extrajudicial killing. Another one is insulting some people that somebody that people respect, people worship, people consider to be their ambassador, their teacher, their idols. Insulting him or her is another thing entirely. Extrajudicial killing is another thing entirely. I didn't forget the fact that that one is condemned by any sensitive person. You cannot insult anybody's religion. You cannot insult anybody's God. That is one side. Everybody, so that when people make comments, you have to separate it. You have to look at the actual argument. Those who are saying they are crossed the red line, are they supporting extrajudicial killing? That will be made clear. Are they supporting jungle justice? That's because if you start it, you wouldn't know where it's going to end. And I say it's holistic, it's global, it's not something that we take in isolation. We condemn the animal killing, which has nothing to do with religion. We condemn the killing of Fulanis in some locations, which has nothing to do with religion. We condemn the maiming of Igbos in some locations, which has nothing to do with religion. Animalistic tendencies, animalistic behavior is what we are condemning, and in NASFAT and in Islam, we continue to condemn. If you are saying that somebody made a statement that you don't cross a red line, that is on one side. Don't cross the red line, because the red line, the law, the arms of the law will take care of you. You'll be charged to court. The process will be gone through, and if you are found guilty, you'll be dealt with appropriately. Another one is jungle justice. I hope I'm making my point. There are two things that when you are asking people's questions, so that you don't put them out of context. You have to be fair to some people. You have to be fair to some people. That number one, everybody, every right-thinking person, every sane person will condemn extrajudicial killing, because that will lead to anarchy. Even the scholars who have quoted, you are referencing. If you ask about extrajudicial killing, he will tell you, no, that is not allowed in Islam. Number two, what about blasphemy, insulting other people's God? He will tell you that that is condemned. It's a red line for any religion. Please, when quoting someone, and that's why I like the electronic media. I prefer electronic media because people can easily look back at what someone has said. Don't quote people out of context. I'm not quoting brief for the man, but I know if you come somebody, an Islamic scholar who knows his onions, who knows the Quran and Sunnah, he will never support jungle justice. People will say, oh, they are picking the red line, which is a red line to every religion, which Bible condemns in about three locations in the Bible. Some may say inside the Old Testament. When you say the Holy Bible, the Bible means the Old Testament and New Testament. He condemns it. Quran condemns it. Every religion condemns it. Even we are not expected to abuse the idols in Islam. Because if you abuse what the idol was about was, if you abuse your own religion ignorantly, and you are the one that have put insults on your own God, that is one thing. Extrajudicial killing is one thing, except you are telling me that that man has killed behind those who have committed the act, the offense of extrajudicial killing. Except you are telling me that. But let's separate the two arguments. Abusing somebody else's God is condemned by all religions.
If I may come in, Imam, I'd like to, I mean, you've spoken about how hypocrisy also has a great deal of role to play here, but there are questions as to how we can reconcile. I mean, sadly, Deborah did not go through the due process. We understand that the Sokoto state government say they are still investigating. So it's not very clear. We know the incidences that have been reported, which eventually led to her death. But I mean, she doesn't have benefit of the doubt to be able to say precisely what she said, or we're not privy to the particular WhatsApp message which was said to have, offended and led to her death. But this is what we have. You've also blamed hypocrisy having a great role to play in this. How do you think that this can be cured?
We continue to allow the text to speak to us. We continue to teach people the fundamentals of our religion. And that's what National NASFAT is promoting. We are promoting what we call principle of Islamic jurisprudence. So that even if anybody is giving a fatwa, you should let us know how you arrive at that fatwa. Number two, we are teaching people the objective of our religion, which is Maqasid is Sharia. And I've told you, Jalib al-Masali, Wadarib al-Mafasid, promotion of benefit and removal of harm. If somebody has been told, and somebody has had the orientation that my religion preaches peace, my religion is about mercy, my religion is about justice, my religion is about wisdom, and my religion is about goodness. If anybody is telling him something else, he will want to go and seek for second opinion. But if what the scholars are telling you, the imams are telling you, the church leaders are telling you that, oh, these people are your enemy, and they cannot quote the Quran, they cannot quote the Bible. Even if they quote the Bible, you let them know fundamentally that our religion is for peace, our religion is for mercy, our religion is for goodness, our religion is for justice. Once people are told all that, if anybody brings a ruling, there's something they call BODMAS in arithmetic. If you arrive at an answer and you have not applied BODMAS rule, your answer is faulty, you have made a mistake. People need to be taught the objective of our religion. Once they know that whatever you want to do, you must consider the public benefit. There are situations when people stole, and the leader, the caliber, they said that whoever has stolen in this period because of famine, because of scarcity of food, don't apply Sharia law. That is our religion for you. The spirit of the text and the rule of law. Can you look at the spirit that what does Islam want to achieve? Islam want to achieve peace. Islam want to achieve harmony. Islam want to achieve justice. If anything want to block that achievement, want to discourage that achievement, you will take it aside for a while. And that is our religion. People need to know the objective of our religion. People need to know how to arrive at making ruling. We are not turning them to scholars, but you may not be a doctor. If a doctor prescribes 10 paracetamol for you in the morning, 10 in the evening, 10 in the afternoon, you will not take it. You will say, oh, what I've heard is that you cannot take more than 2. Let me go and seek for second opinion. We are imploring our people that we know those who have studied this religion. We know the overnight imam. We know the overnight pastor. That somebody who has retired because he has nowhere to go again. He let me take up the Bible. People like that may not allow the text to speak to them. They be speaking to the text. And when you are speaking to the scriptural text, you get whatever interpretation that you want to get. When you pass through the rudimentary stages of acquiring scholarship in Islamic studies, rudimentary stages of acquiring study in biblical studies, you will not do certain things. And that is why I want to go back to it. The religious leaders who are preaching.
Imam Abdulaziz, if I may interrupt you for one moment, are you a little troubled that this happened within a school?
Within? I can't hear you.
Are you a little troubled that this happened within the precincts of a school, institution of higher learning?
Regardless of whatever has happened, you are taking the issue in isolation. The animal killing happened inside the house.
Yeah, it looks like it's If you can hear us, can you hear us? It looks like the visual is frozen. I was asking Imam Abdulaziz if he was troubled that this happened within the prisons of a school, but looks like we have. Okay, he's back now.
It has happened in Port Harcourt. If you don't forget it, we can't forget in a hurry. The Alu killing. We didn't take the Sokoto incident in isolation. The Alu killing is still fresh in our memory. It happens in the school. It means generally we have failed as parents. We have failed as a religious leader. We have failed as political leader. If it had happened in the home, we would have held it. We wouldn't have held it. We wouldn't have supported it wherever it has happened. It's a condemnable act to get involved in extrajudicial killing. It's a condemnable act to abuse somebody else's God. It's a condemnable act not to promote peaceful coexistence and good interfaith relation. That is the point I'm trying to make. Regardless of whatever it has happened, if it has happened in somebody else's residence, people will have condemned it. But I know the point we're trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is that it happened where people's morals, people's attitudes are supposed to be molded. This is not the first time. It is not something that we want, not something that we want to promote, but we should look at the issue from the root, not at the end. In Yoruba land, it is said that somebody with a bow leg is carrying a load. And you're looking at the load, and the load is not straight. And you are saying, this load you are carrying is bent. Look at the leg now, look at the feet. He's having a bow leg. What do you expect the load that is carrying to look like? We should orientate ourselves. We should look at religious studies again. The parents who are not teaching their children to respect other people's feelings, the religious leaders who are promoting hate speeches, the political leaders who are exploiting the poverty level of some people.
Okay.
I wouldn't say literacy level now, because it happened in the school. They are literate to some extent. But you may go through the university, and the university may not go through you. It's a different thing entirely. You may think that you have education, and mentally you are not developed in any way.
Okay.
You can be brainwashed.
Well, Imam, you have, you've assigned and literally apportioned everyone's, plate to him, so to speak. The government has its roles cut out for them. The schools have their roles cut out for them, and the religious leaders themselves have their roles cut out for them. I just hope there is, especially among religious leaders who model people's thinking and actions, have a way of also editing themselves so that these things can be nipped in the bud before it spirals into what it has become. Imam Abdulaziz Unike Abdulaziz, Chief Missioner of NASFAT, member, the American Academy of Religion, and member, British Association for Islamic Studies. Thank you so much for your perspectives this morning.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Yeah.